dear friends, this is Mathdoctor and let's begin with carbon and its compounds.
It's Mathdoctor.
In the previous lecture, we have discussed about carbon has its unique property to exist in the surrounding in a large number of quantity. So how it forms the bonds with each and every compound to exist in such a large number of quantity around us. So it forms basically covalent bonds, and it has 4 electrons in its valency shell and a valence electron. So it is basically forms the 4 valence electrons around it. So it has 2 properties. One is carbon forms tetravalent. Carbon is a tetravalent element, and another is it shows the catenation property. So in the first property, we're going to see that carbon has tetravalent, means four valency electrons, 4 valence electron. So due to this, it forms the it cannot be it cannot be give compound or gain compound or either lose compound to form a inert gas configuration to attain an inert gas configuration, but it actually shares the electrons to form a stable gas configuration, or also known as inert gas configuration, to be stable to form any other compound. So it shares the bond with each and every element. So basically a lot of elements it can share with. So it forms it allows us to form exist in such a large quantity in our surrounding. So the second property which we're going to look at is the catenation property. So this the most outstanding property, or we're going to say unique property for carbon, which allows us to it's to combine with self, which allows us to form a long chain of carbon elements, or to form organic compounds, also known as carbon compounds. So for example, we're going to see C8H18, which is octane, which is the constituent of petrol. So it has 8 chain of electrons. So we're going to see another like starch, cellulose, glucose. We're going to see hundred of chains of carbon atoms present in it. The property of cell combination of carbon or organic compounds to form is useful because it gives rise to extremely large number of carbon compounds. So that's why we're going to use these properties. So in order to define the existence of carbon in a large quantity. So this is because a large number of chain acts as a backbone to form with many other atoms. So like chlorine, sulfur, and fluorine, it can form bond with many other compounds in the periodic table. So it has basically strong covalent bond. It always forms a covalent bonds because it shares the electronic to form a bond. It cannot form the ionic bond. It just combined with other elements by sharing the electron pairs to form a given compound. So in our surrounding, we see that carbon also has 4 electrons because it is present in the large quantity. But silicon, it has also 4 electrons, which is less number in comparison with carbon. This is because carbon has a smallest size, and due to this, its nucleus allows it to attract electrons and also share to make the strongest bond of the 2 electrons which are shared by the other electrons to form a very strong bond. While in the other group of the carbon, let's take an example of, let's look at silicon, which has also 4 electrons, but it never formed the catenation property properly. So that's the idea about silicon, how it formed the not strongest bond, because it forms the looser bond than the carbon atoms and the carbon compounds of the carbon atoms which we see. So that's why it is not present in such a large quantity other elements of this group. So this is because carbon has this unique property, it has present in the unique position in the whole periodic table. It is sixth element in the periodic table. It has 4 electrons in its free state. So that's it allows it to form such a large number of compounds. So 4 is the maximum because maximum number of carbon atoms which one can be easily possessed. So it allows these two properties are allows to carbon to form with a large number of compound to exist in a large number of compounds in our surrounding. So that's the idea about today's lecture. I hope you enjoyed my lecture. Thank you to all of you. This is my doctor. Share with hashtag Mathdoctor, and please like, hit the bell icon, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you all of you.